Good morning, it's James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. Thank you. Thank you for showing up today. I'm so grateful to lay eyes on you. Thank you for your time and energy. So this morning, we're going to talk about something we've talked about a few times over the last few years, and a recent study suggests we are still failing miserably as a world community when it comes to loneliness. In fact, the latest study, which was a compilation of 218 studies, spoke to 4 million people were observed, and with a high rate of loneliness for those people, it increased their risk for early death by 50%. Literally 50% increase for early mortality. Now, just to put that in perspective, if you are morbidly obese, your chances of dying early go up 30%. 30% for being morbidly obese, 50% if you are lonely, chronically lonely. Interesting enough, Harvard did a study that's talked about when we have no close friends, our risks for heart disease, a heart attack, and or stroke go up literally threefold. So, what I spoke about a couple of years ago, I said, well, this is an opportunity for this community. And if you're in this community, to reach out and ask us all to do what is that I know this community wants to do. Lean in and let you know that we're here for you. Many of you have reached out and told me that, and we've had conversations offline and through digital formats, which I know are not nearly as good, but many of you actually live in other parts of the country, other parts of the world. So we just did the best we could, didn't we? Well, there's a new study that gives me a lot of hope and a lot of encouragement. And it's interesting because it necessarily deals with loneliness in terms of bringing people into your life, but it actually deals with loneliness, what's happening structurally in our brain, what's happening physiologically with inflammation, and what's happening neurochemically in relationship to things like depression, anxiety disorder, and all kinds of other mental and emotional challenges. And the opportunity is something we can do by ourselves. Now, I would much rather see us doing this in a group, there's no question, but if loneliness and not having people in your life right now is what is happening, the study gives us a lot of hope. It talks about flow, which is a term that's been used for literally decades in relationship to getting totally focused, being in the moment, going all in on any activity, and how it can be a state of high performance and really boost our human potential and have all kinds of amazing things that can happen to us physiologically and neurochemically. Well, interesting enough, that same phenomenon applied to things like doing music, doing art, doing anything that constantly asks of great focus and presence, literally hits the same neurochemical pathways, helps to minimize certain inflammatory markers, all the ones that are associated with loneliness. So, isn't that beautiful? Isn't it interesting? Isn't it, and hopefully inspiring to think about if this is something that we are going through, you are going through, someone you know is going through, you can talk to them about the fact that, hey, what a perfect time for us to lean into some sort of experience that makes us go all in. And for me, it's drums. When I'm going through a patch of disconnect and loneliness, I play the conga drums. I also work on Spanish, which, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'll ever get it, but I do work on it. I walk in the woods, that gives me a sense of flow. And now it's interesting, and I'm a huge believer in this. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. When you know something has clinical proof that it works, doesn't it somehow augment the passion and the possibilities we give to it? And I think we all know that we feel wonderful when we're just immersed in any activity. But now that we have some studies to back up what's happening to our brain, what's happening to our heart, what's happening to our entire nervous system, it makes us feel maybe more engaged, more faith-filled, more dedicated, and whatever we need to do to help us to see ourselves through the dark times, the rough patches. And these last couple of years, there has been loneliness escalation on every level. And I think that this is a time for us to consider what it is that we can be doing to help us to heal. So if this is happening for you right now, and you are looking for a way to help support and soothe and bring in some mind-body medicine, literally, give yourself an opportunity to think about what it is that you can be doing to give yourself permission to look at a habit that you can turn into a ritual that you can go all in on and turn it into flow to help us to grow. This is a thing that I wanted to share with you so deeply today. And I know a lot of people over the last few years have been going through some really, really hard things. And I just want this to be a lifeline. I want this to be something that hopefully gives you a sense of hope, and that you can latch onto this and give yourself to this, while hopefully at the same time community is being found too. So thank you. I see you, I'm sending love to you, and this whole community is wrapping its arms and heart around you. Peace and love. Bye for now.